It's not really a very big dent. It's kind of hard to see. He hit it with a fire extinguisher, but I still really want to get it fixed. Yeah, it's no problem. I mean, I gotta have this done in no time. All right, well, I guess I'll see you in a little while. All right, I'll see you later. Say goodbye, Mr. Dent. What's up, everybody? My name is Scott and you're watching Kentucky Ballistics. And if I can't fix something with duct tape or zip ties, I move on to WELD. It is extremely tough, and today we're going to see just how tough it is because we have bullets made out of WELD. So today I have WELD bullets in pistol calibers and rifle calibers. We're going to start out with a small round and then work our way up to a very large round. I have a Ballistic Dummy Labs zombie torso today that has been zombified with green blood. I am very excited to get started, so let's get set up and get to it. So we're going to start out with a Glock 17 chambered in 9mm, and I have a 9mm WELD bullet. This thing weighs about 24 grains. I am not really sure how this is going to go, so we're going to play it safe and lock it down in a vice grip and pull a string. You might find this hard to believe, but there's actually some guns that I don't want to damage, and this is one of them. So I'm going to put some rags in here so that I don't chew up my grip. So now we got to see if it will chamber this WELD bullet. There it is. I'm just going to let her go. All right. First WELD bullet. Here we go. Nope. Ow. Ow! I moved the gun, I pulled it too hard. We may have missed him. Yes, I missed him. Thankfully, I have another 9mm. Looks like this may be fairly safe to shoot, so I'm just gonna pull the trigger this time. Here we go. Let's have a look. Wow, okay. So we've got a little hole right here. It looks like maybe it broke up a little bit, but we got a pretty decent hole right there. It didn't penetrate very deep. And it looks like it just broke up into a bunch of pieces. Oh dear. Look at this. Oh, nasty. I'm actually quite impressed that the round even made it out of the barrel. You would think that something like WELD, it's kind of brittle, and you figured it would just explode, but it didn't. So I'm really excited now for these next few calibers. So up next, we have 45 ACP. I have this stinking awesome Punisher 1911, and I'm loaded up with a 45 ACP WELD bullet that weighs 38 grains. The 9mm did a little bit of damage. I'm very curious to see if this does any more damage. It is a bigger round, so maybe it won't break up as much. Hopefully this chambers. It chambered no problem. All right, here we go. So I made a little whoopsie. I totally shot before we turned on the slow-mo camera on Mr. Zombie here. So that is going to be missing footage, but I do have another 45 ACP, so probably going to take one more shot. But before I do, we'll inspect right here, and it looks like we broke his rib. So the old 45 was definitely hitting with a lot more force than that puny old 9mm. It's rolling this time. Let's hit him one more time. Well, looks like we hit right there, and I believe Is that zip? Oh my gosh. Look at that. It held together great. It actually penetrated pretty deep. I'm gonna do a little bit of surgery on this guy. See if we can get that out of there. Cut a little chunk out. Oh, it's probably a little much. Let's have a look at this thing. You can actually see the rifling on the JB Weld bullet. It's not cracked or anything. I did really well. Get to the left. No, to the left. I said to the left. Ah! Are you injured and don't know where to start? Well, your serious injury could be worth millions. But thankfully, there's people out there like today's sponsor, Morgan & Morgan, who is the largest personal injury law firm out there with over 1,000 lawyers and over 100 offices. They will fight to get the best results in your case. They will do what is necessary to get the job done, ranging from car accidents, medical malpractice, defective products. They have specialized lawyers for your case. Morgan & Morgan does not have sign-up fees or costs. The fee is absolutely free unless they win. And they've won over $20 billion for their clients because they do not settle for lowball offers. Did you know that you can start a claim with America's largest injury law firm with just a click? You can start your claim with Morgan & Morgan right now by swinging over to forthepeople.com/Kentucky Ballistics, or you can find that link in the description down below. Again, a big thank you to Morgan & Morgan for sponsoring today's video. Now, let's go get back to it. So up next, we are going to move on to 44 Magnum. This is my Smith & Wesson 629 Performance Center with a 2.5-inch barrel, and I have a 34 grain 44 Magnum JB Weld bullet. I only have one of these, so I have decided to scoot up. Here we go. Dang. Oh, all right. I don't see anything out the back. We hit right here. Oh, and you can see that round broke up on his rib. Dang. There's pieces of it right here. Oh, dear. There's some of the bullet right here on the table. And it seems like the bone stopped it, but there is a lot of damage in there. Look at that. Goodness gracious. Well, 44 Magnum JB Weld bullets are not playing around, but this next caliber I think is going to hit Mr. Zombie a little bit harder. So up next, we are going to step it up to 500 Magnum. This is a Smith & Wesson 500 Magnum with an 8 3/8-inch barrel, and I have a 500 Magnum JB Weld bullet that weighs 71 grains. This one makes me a little bit nervous, so I'm probably not going to shoot it out of my hand. I'm actually going to vice grip this one in just in case. All right, 500 Magnum JB Weld bullet. Here we go. Oh! Okay, let's have a look, shall we? It appears that our 500 Magnum round broke up into multiple pieces. We have a hole right here, a hole here, and then we've got lots of little chunks all over Mr. Zombie here. This hole, that does seem to be pretty deep in there. Ugh. That one, not so much. So it appears the 500 Magnum was pushing that round a little too hard, and the JB Weld bullet was not able to stay together. We had multiple hits, but it doesn't look like we penetrated very deep. So that is it for all of our JB Weld pistol rounds. But before we move on to rifles, I have a 12-gauge shotgun, and I have a 12-gauge JB Weld Slug. This thing weighs 204 grains. I am very curious to see if this thing actually penetrates the zombie, or is it going to break up like the 500 Magnum? All right, here we go. Holy cow! Okay, JB Weld Slug. Did quite a bit of damage. That is pretty gnarly. It looks like it did break up some, but golly. Yeah, that's still pretty impressive. I actually brought 2 of these. So let's go ahead and take one more shot. But this time, I'm gonna aim a little bit higher. All right, let's check this thing out. Hey man, will you hold this for me? Thanks. It seems we hit right there, and we didn't do a lot of penetration. Actually, we did. It looks like we penetrated pretty good. Just blew the whole top off this thing. That is nuts. I mean, I would argue that that is lethal, wouldn't you? So now it's time to move on to rifles. And the first rifle I have is a Kel-Tec SU-16 chambered in 5.56, and I have a JB Weld 5.56 bullet that only weighs 11 grains. I do not think we're even going to make it out of the end of the barrel. I think you're just going to see a JB Weld fart. Let's see if it chambers. It either just chambered it or it just shoved the bullet into the case. All right, let's see what happens. Let's have a look here. Okay, well, we actually have a new hole. That round held together and did quite a bit of damage, which is really surprising because the 500 Magnum bullet broke up into a bunch of pieces. So I figured the smaller round that's supposed to be moving faster would not have even made it to the target, but it did. Interesting. Surprisingly, the 5.56 held together and did a little bit of damage to our zombie torso. So now I am very curious to see what this next round does. This is a JB Weld 308 bullet that weighs 34 grains, and I have a Ruger bolt action 308. 308! Holy cow! I'm not really sure where we hit because I was kind of aiming in the same general area. I believe we hit right here though. Well, it is time for the grand finale, a JB Weld 50 BMG bullet. This thing weighs 262 grains and I got a really bad feeling about it in my neck. Sketchy ammo and an orange 50. What could go wrong, right? All right, here we go. you really thought I was going to shoot that with a JB Weld 50 BMG in it? Oh, yeah, no, absolutely not. Just taking a quick picture of you, you know, because I'll probably never see you again. Unless you hit that subscribe button. Then we can see each other every week. Keeping this picture, let's scoot back a little further for this one, you know, just in case. Looks pretty good. Here we go. Holy cow, bones come all the way back here. Look at that. Holy cow. Okay, if you come back here, you can see that he is still smoking. Got some smoke coming out of him. We actually made it all the way through him that time. That is insane. Holy cow. So I guess we hit right here. You can see he's got a big new hole here. Oh, it hit right there actually. That's where it hit. And then, yeah, we went completely through him. What is this? Is that a bone? Wait a second. That we got turned sideways inside him. What the heck? We got another one back here. This is broken too. Oh. Okay. Well, JB Weld 50 BMG bullets. I'm going to say those are pretty lethal. I don't know about you, but I was very impressed with the JB Weld bullets. Let me know what you thought about them in the comment section down below. And while you're at it, give today's video a like. And if you're not subscribed to Kentucky Ballistics, hit that subscribe button. Check me out on Kentucky Ballistics breakdowns and Kentucky customs. And while you're at it, swing over to Patreon, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Links to all those can be found in the description down below, along with a link to KentuckyBallistics.com, just in case you want to pick up a shirt. And as always, my name is Scott. Thank you so much for watching Kentucky Ballistics. I'll see you next time. The most damage we've ever done to a zombie torso at once. Look at this. It ripped him clean in half. Holy cow. Wow. Well, if you're ever trying to move a gun safe into a 10-story apartment building, I would definitely be careful.